Okay, this is Mike at Astro Apostle, and I'm just going to do a brief video. Hopefully, I won't be too long on it for the beginners that have Newtonians or Dobsonian telescopes as a beginner, and maybe you're dealing with focus issues. Maybe your images are a little blurred or your stars aren't sharp and you think it's just trying to dial in the focus where it could be your mirrors misaligned, and you're going to need to collimate the telescope itself, which when I first got my first Newtonian, I was a little shy to try and align the mirrors because I figure, well, it already looks bad. And if I start messing with the adjustment screws, of course, I'm going to make it worse. So for a long time, I didn't touch it. But one day I decided, well, it can't be that challenging. And if it gets to the point to where I mess it up real bad, I'll go find a professional. Like Man on Fire. I'm a professional, and ask him or pay them to collimate the telescope for me until I get up to speed. Now, there are a number of budget collimation tools, Cheshire or laser or the combination. I have two budget collimation tools, which I'll show you. And I think I've learned how to use them in order to collimate the Celestron Power Seeker 127 EQ telescope. I played with it before, but I still sort of felt like it the stars weren't as sharp as they could be. And so recently I attempted to collimate the telescope again. Now let me move the camera over here. I'll show you the telescope and the collimators that I have. Now, the one to your left is a centicord collimation tool for Newtonian telescopes, and it's a short one. The other is it says next generation laser collimator, and it's from Astromania. And in terms of costs of collimation tools, they're pretty much under $35. Now, SV Boney has two collimator, which is one is a short tube, the other one is a long tube. Both are under $35. Celestron has a long Cheshire collimation eyepiece, which is under $35. All Star has a tool for $20. It says, let me see. There's an ultra budget one for $15, which is just a generic short tube collimation eyepiece. And let's see who else. I can't pronounce this, XCCYG, has a laser collimation tool for under $35. Now, the All-Star Cheshire eyepiece is around 20 bucks or so, and the SV Boney laser collimation tool, I mean, both are probably under 30 bucks, and they're easy to use. Now, shoot. In order to use the tool, ow, ow, ow. Now I really got to get busy because I hadn't planned this part. But I need to show you. I need to show you how to use the tools. Trying to keep the telescope from falling off the desk. And falling out of alignment, which that's the last thing I want. After spending, I probably took, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes in order to align the mirrors. In the beginning, it looked difficult, but I tell you, once you get it, it's pretty easy. Now, on the focuser, there is a mirror at the end of the focuser. And you're going to have to take the mirror off before you use the eyepiece. So for this particular telescope, here. For this particular telescope, I have to loosen up the screws on the focuser, remove the draw tube, remove the draw tube, and remove the mirror. Okay, then I replaced the draw tube, tighten up the screws to the focuser, again. I want to make this as short as possible. And now I'm ready to install the collimation tool. Set that there just to keep this thing from rolling on me. And I use the Astromania tool is what I used, and it has numbers on it in regard to how high the light to the tool will get. For me, I use the highest number. I don't know if you can see the light, and you put it in the telescope like this. So you say, walk like this, talk like this, walk like this. Okay, so supposedly, in order to do this right, you have to sort of move the eyepiece around just to make sure that it doesn't wobble. Now, I don't know why it's off right now. On the back of the telescope, let's see if I can show you without causing this thing to fall off. On the back of the telescope are adjustment screws. Every other screw is a locking screw. The other screws are adjustment screws. And this is how you adjust the laser. So you kind of, oh, maybe that's what happened when I put it in the box. You loosen the tightening screws. Yeah, by tightening the let me try that one again. What do we do here? And I'm not going to spend too much time, but the idea is by adjusting the locking and adjustment screws, you want to get the red dot. Let me raise up the camera. You want to get the red dot in the center. And you can kind of see the way it goes. If it's not right, the light will either move left or right or up and down. And you tend to want to adjust the locking and adjustment screws until you can get that light in the hole. And once you get it in the hole, then it's supposed to be collimated. The mirror's a little fidgety, but let me pause and I'll get back. Let me pause. And as you can see, the laser is centered in the middle of the eyepiece. And from the instructions, I would conclude that the telescope has been aligned, or telescope mirrors have been aligned. Now, I did go out night before last, and with the SV Bony SC311 camera, I was able to take images of the moon, and I put a frame up to see toward the dark edge of the moon, the sharpness of the craters. I didn't really try anything else because I wasn't on an equatorial mount. I was on an alt-azimuth mount and struggling with aligning that and then imaging something from that camera, which was difficult in trying to get either a nebula or a star cluster or a galaxy. So, because ordinarily this particular telescope is really good for visual only on a sturdy sturdy tripod and mount. You don't want to get a weak tripod for this telescope with 1,000 millimeter focal length. Trying to keep it from wobbling and shaking, it'll just become frustrating. But I put it on a Skywatcher Star Adventure tripod, and an as an alt as mount, and I was able to keep it sturdy enough in order to image with that camera in it. So that is the process of aligning the mirrors on a Newtonian or Dobsonian telescope. And I don't know, maybe it took 15 minutes, if it took that long, since I'm playing with my tablet to make this video. So for the beginner who has the Newtonian, which is a reflector telescope, and struggling with trying to get sharp stars or sharp object images, and you're not really sure what to do, you can always get a $20 or $30 collimation tool and attempt to check your collimation on your telescope to get better images, which I find it helps when you know what to do. And it's not that difficult. Now, some tools don't come with instructions. So there are videos online that will show you how to collimate your telescope. I've watched, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, even before I attempted to perform any collimation on this particular telescope. And I found them helpful. And hopefully this one will be helpful as well, this short video. So again, don't get discouraged. Don't be frustrated. I mean, most of the time when things don't go our way and aren't working right, we think it's just bad equipment and I wished I could get rid of it. But it's better to learn how to work with the tools that you have rather than think I need to go out and buy better tools. Now, there are better tools out there, but this is on a budget. This is about a budget application to resolving an issue with a telescope. And I just hope it's helpful. Again, this is Mike at Astro Apostle saying, please subscribe, please give me a like, and clear skies.